Hey y'all, Donna here at Hazelbell Farm, and we are in my garden today. So it is April 24th. It is about 5:20. It's 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and haven't shown the garden in about a month, I think, and it needs some love still, but doesn't it always? So I figured I'd just kind of give you an update. All right, we are on the raised bed end of the garden. So this is where all the most recent mulch went that I showed you on the last video. Still fighting this dollar weed here, so I need to get this done. But I put in a honey fig here. It's going to take some time to get it established. And then over here, these two raspberries that we put in have new shoots coming up. So that's exciting. Oh, that dollar weed. Gonna have to dig that out. So there's the other one. The blackberries along the fence here are doing great. They are loaded up with green berries. You can see here. They're starting to blush, starting to turn. This was the new primocane growing up, and one of my bigger cows reached over the fence and got it. So I'm gonna have to take care of her, take care of that. And then back over here in the first box here, I've got a little eggplant. It's looking good. All these zinnias volunteered from the fall. I probably need to clear some of that out around that little pretty lady. Here's another eggplant. These are some sweet bells that went in. I'm going to go ahead and pick their little flowers off. These are their first flowers. They don't need to try and flower yet. Some rosemary and some red Russian kale. And then just really a lot of zinnias in here. Cows are coming by. These are spoiled brats, all these girls. They know what it means when Mama's in the garden. I'm going to give them something green. So here we have some volunteer tomatoes in the walkway. This is funny. So this is one spot that I didn't put cardboard down. I just threw mulch on top of the sand. And this is what volunteered. So I've got these little tomatoes. These are probably cherry tomatoes. That's what was in this box. This might be a black creme because I had one black creme in this box. And then I've got a few zinnias too. So they're all plants that I love having. Whenever I see a volunteer come up, I pretty much encourage it to grow where it is. Here's one lonely German chamomile that I put in. Some curly kale. Well, hi, pretty lady. Hi, pretty lady. Treasury. Let's see. All right, there's not much else in this box. I had a bunch of arugula that I recently pulled out, but you can see where it's all reseeded before it came out. I did put in some melon seeds in here. Here's some watermelons coming up. So that's exciting. The plan is to let them grow up and grow out so they'll sprawl along the ground here. All right, I gotta say I'm loving this mulch in my walkways. Here's a few blueberries we've recently purchased. I haven't figured out where to put them. Chard, doing well. Some oregano. That is a volunteer sweet potato back there. These are yellow squash coming up, another volunteer sweet potato. This box had sweet potatoes in it last summer. Volunteer zinnia. Those things will grow everywhere, man. That's fine by me. So this I just pulled out. They really were an ornamental kale that you can eat, but my family didn't care for them, so I just took it out. So it's just a blank space, ready to put something in. Another oregano, started some thyme here, so that's exciting, and many more zinnias here. moving on. This basil has really bounced back beautifully. I have 2 basil plants here. When it first went in, it kind of got some bacterial spot. I sprayed, and you can see some remnant of that. I sprayed them about a week ago, and it's come back very well. These are volunteer cilantro back there. Got a cucumber or 2 planted on that trellis. This was a collard. These are all collards. This is one I let go to seed, and it's just so pretty. I haven't pulled it out. Over here we have some green zucchini, and some of these, like this guy here, is a let's see, it's something like I think an old cauliflower that I cut and left the stalk at the bottom. You can see that. So it's just come back. So there's a few of those, and then these are other new cauliflowers that I put in. Get into the cows waiting over here. Let's see. Hi, pretty girls. This girl doesn't like to eat from me. She's very skittish. She also looks more and more pregnant. But this pretty girl, my Hazel, she'll come get some. Won't you, baby? From here, let's see, I have, these are noodle beans that will grow up this trellis. I have some kale we've been eating on regularly, a couple of celeries. This is a really cool thing. This is a sunflower head that got buried under the compost down below. So, should I thin it? Nah, let's just see what it does. And it's growing bunches of heads, so that's fun. More celery, a rogue cabbage. That's just a flowering plant. That's a blue something. I can't remember what it's called. Celeries, cauliflowers. More cauliflowers and celeries. I've got 1 chive plant that looks great. Tried my hardest to kill it before it went in the ground. But it seems pretty happy here. We've been picking off it here and there. This cauliflower just sprouted up ahead of the rest. So what you can do is close these leaves over so that the sun doesn't yellow the cauliflower, but that's not something that bothers us normally. Parsley and lavender, a volunteer zinnia. This looks like another actually, this is something that, again, a cauliflower that I had cut, and it's sprouted back. Another eggplant, some green zucchinis, some okra coming up. Baby okras are so cute. A yellow squash, sunflowers. This is that same flower I was just telling you about. That's like a blue color. Let's see here. So these were in small pots given to me last year by my husband, and I tried my best to kill them and didn't. So I just got them in the ground not very long ago. Carrots. These carrots are coming up nicely. I feel like it's a bit warm, but it's kind of an experiment. I'm probably going to add some other plants to this box also because they're a little bit sparse. Sunflowers. This is the first sunflower. It's beautiful. That has bloomed. I just love a sunflower. I need to put many more seeds out. So those are those carrots. These are some older carrots that I had pulled the bulk out of and left the tiniest ones, so they're growing up still. Some baby cucumbers. So this will need, that was another green, I think it was a squash, a yellow squash, and something got in here and ate the leaves off. Also ate the leaves off of this carrot. So I'm assuming probably a bunny, and ate a cucumber. I'm not sure. There's an eggplant down there as well. She was trying to get a little flower on her already. So I need to put up a trellis right here. I'm going to add a couple of cherry tomatoes on this side, and then the green beans will be on this side, and that'll be nice to have. This is my strawberry bed. I've picked a handful or two of strawberries out. This really, I just want to get it to take off so that we get strawberries next year. I've never had really great luck, but so far, this is the best we've done. Strawberries. And in this bed, we have a green zucchini. This is the first one that had been planted and came up. So it's looking well, it's looking great. Those are a couple of jalapeno plants I put in. They are looking nice. Got an old purple cabbage I need to pull. And this celery is cracking me up. I, again, have never grown celery. Started them in the fall in little pots. Put them in these boxes several months ago. And then a couple weeks ago, they just took off. I have never tasted or smelled such a strong celery flavor as these leaves are. So that's really exciting. I've got some room for some more stuff on that back side of the box. So let me know what you guys would recommend putting in. Look at this. Dolly. She's eating blackberries. Go. No. You're going to break your foot in that pallet. Go. Go. No. Good girl. You run her off, Miss Kathy? This is Chatty Kathy. She talks a lot. Did you run her off? She's just now coming around to letting me scratch on her. Pretty girl. So look at these blackberries again. Check it out. So here is a new stalk coming up. So these will fill in the gaps between the existing bushes. And those will fruit next year. They're loaded up, man, I'm telling you. All the way down the line. Can't wait to pick. All right, here we have some okra, some squash. My vision for this whole bed is to be okra and squash. Dolly, go. No, 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 no. She's got all that grapevine over there we're trying to encourage them to eat. And on the other side of this ditch, it's loaded up with baby ferns and grass. No. 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 Naughty girl. All right. So these next two rows, these are green beans. Let me show you something about these green beans here. So I planted the green beans. They do not love, she's so naughty. They do not love this soil, this landscape soil that I bought. I had the same problem last fall when I planted in this soil. So they seem to struggle to get started, and then I sprayed them, and I don't know what it was that they had, what the issue was, but the spray I used had neem oil, copper fungicide, spinosad, BT, and I kind of sprayed multiple plants. It wasn't just these green beans, so like I did an all-in-one, a couple drops of soap. And I was afraid to spray all of them, so I only sprayed this first half, and you're going to see how much better and fuller and greener they are. So that was about 5 days ago, so I can see the difference to this second half. These are just sad looking, anemic. You can see they're struggling with some browning here. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the second half this evening with that same spray, and hopefully have a good green bean crop. It's also time to put in another round of green beans. I'm just not sure where to put them at this time. These are my peanuts. Aren't they adorable? Coming up. This is as far as I've gotten with the mulch. I have a whole pile here. I had to run and find cardboard. Let me tell you the secret to cardboard. The secret to finding cardboard is the Dollar General. That car is full of cardboard right now. So I'll come back and I'll fill in these walkways with the cardboard and cover them with mulch. So these peanuts are so cute to me. I've lost a couple to something eating on them. I don't know what it is, but it seems to just be here and there. Look at this cute guy. I stuck some Moringa seeds right here in the ground, and they're coming up. I put a few in here. Oh wait, here's one. Here's another one, little Moringa. Hello. So there's another one in the middle, but they were older seeds. I didn't know how well they'd come up, so I just kind of dropped a few. But they look great. So that'll grow into a big tree this year. These onions have struggled as well. They don't love this soil either, but we'll get something out of them, and we're building soil. These peppers a sweet friend gave to me. I don't know what kind of peppers they are. It'll be a surprise. It'll be fun. And then this side has tomatoes. I just dropped some marigold seeds between like every third tomato. These are tomatoes. These were tiny. They went in the ground way late on this side. All the way down. I've got one cabbage left here. These are peppers. They're tiny little peppers here. On this side, that's the smallest guy. There's some bigger ones. They also looked pretty sad before they went in. But I just planted them yesterday, and they already look better. They're already perking up. They're a combination of shishito, lemon drop, honey bell. I have one or two cayenne and some poblanos. And then a yellow squash down here on the end. Looked hot, needed a drink. This is the bulk of my onion bed this year. I am pretty tempted to just rip them out since they don't look great. They're not going to grow super large, and I've got to get this dollar weed under control before it spreads anymore. So I really don't know what I'm going to do. You can see how tiny these guys are too down here. Under this little trellis, I've got a couple of cucumbers, and then I've got 3 little cherry tomatoes on that other side. And so it makes like an A-frame trellis here. Once those take off, I might put something shade-loving down underneath. We'll see. I'm not sure. Some herbs maybe. And then over here, this is just empty space, empty grass. I need to get it built up to figure out how I'm going to continue these rows, just how they are over there. I'm going to continue that across here after our potatoes come out. So I've got 2 decent rows of potatoes planted, and then a 3rd row I just added in last week. Most of them haven't even come up. So that'll be good. This is a spaghetti squash. There's a whole squash down here. I feel like I should probably thin this, but I really just want to let it do its thing on its own. And then this is also empty space, so I need to get some cardboard put down, some more of that landscape soil that's in the back, and then I'm going to add sweet potatoes back here, some other vining things, so that that stuff can just kind of run back along here. And then I will use this front fence down here on this in-ground side as trellis as well. I don't see any reason not to. Cows can't get it on this side. So I've got some Malabar spinach a sweet friend gave to me. I'll go ahead and put in down here and let it run. And then maybe some like Kajari melons or something like that. I'm not sure. Oh, this is cool. I spoke about this on a podcast, on the American Farmsteaders podcast. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But this is a fun way to keep all of your tools. I think it's really like a contractor's like a tool thing for like actual tools, like, you know, hammers and stuff. I found it here. The sellers who sold us this house left it here in a garage or shed, and I quickly stole it up before my carpentry son or my husband could take it, and it became my garden. So it's just a sleeve that fits in the bucket. I keep tomato ties in here. I've got all kinds of stuff, and then whatever I need to use for the day, I pull out of my shed, so it can ride along here, and I can carry it all out at once. So that's cool. It's got some stakes. I keep some twine. Got my shovels. So real quick on that note, I just mentioned that American Farmsteaders podcast. Go check that out. Anywhere you can download a podcast, you can find American Farmsteaders, and it's Farmstead Hers, and that's where we encourage you to farm like a girl. It's myself and Jenny Graham at the Grahamstead. She's also on YouTube. Just check us out. We're talking about farming. We post on Fridays, and how you can grow some food is our big thing. We want to encourage you to grow food. I have got to go get dinner rolling for my family. and get this cardboard out of the car and get on with our evening. It's getting to be that golden hour, and I hope to have dinner finished and cleaned up in time to come out and enjoy my favorite time of day in the garden, maybe work on some of that cardboard and mulch. So thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up with us, and let us know if you have any questions about the garden, about growing food. We'd love to answer those. So until next time, bye. I made it back out at the golden hour, evening coffee. Me and Treasury. Say hi, baby. She's a sweetie. Oh, don't be ugly. She needs all the love. She needs all the love. You need some attention? Good girl. Thanks for watching. Bye.